the given ages. Now, the third method to find the mean is step deviation method. Here, the formula for mean is a plus sigma fi ui by sigma fi into h. Now, in the formula previous one, assumed mean method, there is no h. Here, extra we got h, and there deviation di is there. Instead of that, here we have ui. What is ui and what is h? Okay, let us understand what are the terms here. First, a is assumed mean, already we know. The second one, fi equal to frequency of the class. Now ui equal to xi minus a by h. Now h means class size or class interval or length of the class, whatever you can say. But in textbook, class size is there. So h we have to consider as class size. Okay, now let us do one problem. Now here is the problem. Same problem we did in method 1 and method 2, that is in direct method and in assumed mean method we did the same problem. Now this is the third method. In this also we will try the same problem. The following table shows the ages of the patients admitted in a hospital on a particular day. Find the mean using step deviation method. Now here ages of the patients mentioned here and the next number of patients. Here ages are between 5 to 15, 6 members, 6 patients are there. Between 15 to 25, 11 patients. 25 to 35, 21 patients. Like that, 55 to 65, 5 patients are there. Now we will do the problem using step deviation method. To do the problem, here we have 6 columns are there. Already 2 columns for the given ages and number of patients. What are the remaining 4 columns? Let us know what are they. The first column is ages and the second column is number of patients, that is nothing but frequency. Okay, first we will note down these two rows in this column. We noted down the values here, classes and frequency. Now we will write here class mark. In the third column, we fill with class marks, nothing but mid values. The mid value of the first class is here, lower limit is 5 and upper limit is 15. The class mark or mid value of this class is average of these two limits, that is 5 plus 15 by 2, 20 by 2 gives you 10. Next 15 plus 25 by 2, 15 plus 25 by 2, 40 by 2 will give you 20. The next one is 30, 40, 50, 60. So these are the class marks or mid values. Now as we did in the previous method, like that only we have to choose in this class marks one value as a. If you select the middle value as a, our calculation will be simple. Instead of taking the first one or last one, it is better to take in the middle. So like that, like in the previous one, I am taking 40 as a. Now xi minus a, that means in the first class x1 minus a, x1 is 10, a is 40, so 10 minus 40 equal to minus 30. Minus 30. Now The second one, 20 minus 40 equal to minus 20. 30 minus 40 equal to minus 10. 40 minus 40 equal to 0. 50 minus 40 equal to 10. 60 minus 40 equal to 20. These are the deviations. Now, the new one in the fifth column, what is there? Ui. That means xi minus a by h. Here, how to find out h? H means class size or class interval. How to find? Here, if you observe in the classes, the difference between two consecutive lower limits. Here, if you take 5, 15, the difference between 5, 15 is 10. Or you can also find out the difference between two consecutive upper limits, that is 15 and 25. 25 minus 15, that is also 10. We can say 15 minus 5 also class size, 25 minus 15 also size of the class, or these are also already we know that these are exclusive classes. So for exclusive classes, we can also take that the difference between two boundaries means upper boundary minus lower boundary. So 15 minus 5, that is also 10. So remember that for exclusive classes only, we have to do the difference between two boundaries. For inclusive classes also, after finding the boundaries, we have to do the difference. Then only that gives you size of the class. So here h is 10. Now here what it becomes? The numerator is minus 30 by h. H means 10. So minus 30 by 10, that gives you minus 3. The next one minus 2. Now minus 1, 0, 1, 2. Compared to assumed mean method, here the values still reduced. In the assumed mean method, we have tens in xi. Now in ui, we have only ones here. Why? Because we are dividing by h. Now these are ui's and here is the frequencies. The last column is fi into ui. 6 into minus 3, minus 18. Here minus 22, minus 21. Now this is 0. This is 14 into 1, 14. Now 5 into 2, 10. Here the sum of these values, that is called sigma fi ui. That gives you here 24 plus 24 and this is minus 50, 61. That gives you minus 37. Now sum of frequencies, that is called sigma fi. Here already we did in the previous two methods, that is 80 is the sum of the frequencies. Now we will write the formula and do according to formula. Here first we have to mention the terms what are involved in the formula and we will write that values. First one h. H is class interval or size of the class, that is 10. Now a value is how much? 40. We chose a as 40. Now sigma fi, that is 80. Sigma fi ui, that equal to minus 37. Now here is the formula. Mean x bar equal to a plus sigma fi ui by sigma fi into h. A means 40 plus sigma fi ui minus 37 by sigma fi. Sigma fi is 80 into h means 10. Now in the next step 40 plus into minus minus 37 by 80 into 10. If you observe here in the second term, here 37 into 10 by 80. So this 10 and 80 we can cancel. 10 1 ja, 10, 8. Now 37 is the numerator, 8 is the denominator. Again we can cancel these two. 8 1 ja, 8 4 ja, 32. Now 5 left, 50. 8 6 ja, 48. 2 left. If you keep 0, 20. 20 means 8 2 ja, 16. 4 left. If you keep 0, 40. 8 5 ja, 40. So here 4.625. Now 40 minus 4.625. Now the difference between these two is 35.375. Here x bar equal to 35.3. If you write up to 2 decimals, it will become 38. So 35.38. This is nothing but average age of the patients admitted in the hospital are 35.38 years. Now we observed in 3 methods the result mean is same, that is 35.38 years. So for any problem, for any data, the methods, 3 methods, one is direct method, second one is assumed mean method, now the third one is step deviation method. We do in any method, the result will be same. So the method of doing is different, the formula is different, but the final result is same in 3 methods. But in direct method, if Fi and Xi are very low, then only we prefer to do direct method. If Fi and Xi are large values, then it is better to prefer assumed mean method and step deviation method. Okay, let us discuss few questions which arise in mean of the data. Here the first question is, the mean value can be calculated from both ungrouped and grouped data. Which one do you think is more accurate? Why? We can do mean, median and mode for ungrouped data and grouped data also. So here the question is, mean value calculated from both ungrouped and grouped data, which one do you think is more accurate and why? So mean of ungrouped data is more accurate than mean of grouped data. Here mean of grouped data. Why? Because in ungrouped data, each observation involves in the calculation individually. Whereas in grouped data, just we take the mid value of the class and we involve that mid value in the calculation. That is why in ungrouped data, mid value takes into consideration. So mean of ungrouped data is accurate than mean of grouped data. Now the second question is the result obtained in 3 methods of mean is same or different? Just now I explained you. Whatever may be the data, the 3 methods will give you same answer. That is why, yes, in these 3 methods we get same result. Now the third question, if Fi and Xi are sufficiently small, then which method is an appropriate choice? So if frequencies and observation Xi, so that is class mark, that are low, when they are low, we will go for direct method. That is the appropriate one. If Xi and Fi are numerically large numbers, then which methods are appropriate to use? Whenever xi and fi are big in number, now we use assumed mean method and step deviation method. These are the appropriate methods to find the mean. Now the next question is, which is the accurate method, whether mean, median, and mode of the data? In these three methods and in these three measures of central tendency, the mean is the accurate measure compared to other two measures.